Hi there, everybody. This is Pastor Charlie. It's Wednesday, the 30th of September, and I'm here with your Keeping Connected video for this evening. On Friday, Governor Ron DeSantis moved the state of Florida into Phase 3 of the Reopen the State plan. You might remember that back in May, we released our own plan here at Memorial, a document entitled Prayerfully and Carefully, which outlined several phases of our own plan to return. Those phases were to be linked, of course, with the State of Florida plan. And if you remember that, then it would be very natural for you to have some questions as to how Friday's move by our governor impacts our own life together here as a church. Of course, as we paid attention to the State of Florida reopening plan, we were also continuing to pay attention to the expert guidance of the CDC and, of course, of our own Florida United Methodist Conference. The guidance of our conference would continue to be very strongly that churches would continue to worship online, or if they are getting together, to do that outdoors. But there is certainly an understanding that every church is different, and an understanding that many of our churches eagerly are desiring to return to indoor, in-person worship opportunities as soon as they can. So you may be wondering, if we made the move on Friday as a state, what difference is that going to make to our own life here in terms of that return to indoor, in-person worship? You'll know that we have had backyard worship for the last 4 weeks now, a great opportunity for us to gather together in person. Those services have been great. The weather has not always been kind to us, but we have persisted anyway, and we have had good times together. But as we get through October and into November, that will begin to change slightly. On the 1st of November, we will move the 9:15 service indoors. And that will be a limited number of people, of course, with pre-registration necessary, masks, all of those precautions that we have become used to in the last number of months will remain, but we will move that 9:15 service indoors into Maxwell Hall. To continue to offer some choice for those who are not yet ready to move to indoor worship, the 8 a.m. service will continue to operate outdoors through the month of November. And then on the last Sunday of November, the beginning of Advent, we will move that service back into the sanctuary where it gathered before coronavirus. These are slow and steady moves, but they are moves in the right direction. Of course, we will continue to be paying attention to the voices of the experts in our midst. We'll be listening to the CDC. We'll be listening to the voice of our own annual conference as well, and trying our best to fall in line with their guidelines too. Make no mistake, my friends, coronavirus continues to be very real in our midst. We will continue to take distancing precautions, invite all people who are on campus or indoors for worship to be wearing masks and to be doing their part to make sure that we stand together in the face of this hard time. My friends, it has been a long and very difficult journey for our church. But my hope is that if we continue to take these small steps forward together, that we will return to a full life together on campus and online, and with all of the new lessons that this season has taught us as soon as we possibly can. I hope that you will join me in praying for one another, praying for our own church, giving thanks to God for the great things that have been going on in this church throughout this season, giving thanks to God for his continued goodness through all of this. And I hope that you will join me as well in staying connected to one another, not only through videos like this, but also through a phone call or a text message or a card or a letter. It means so much to so many people when we take the time to remember one another, to lift the phone and to check in. I know I'll be trying to do that with you all as often as I can in the weeks ahead. I invite you to do the same for me and for all of your friends. We have opportunities to be connected on Zoom Bible studies, on Sunday school classes. There are many, many ways that we can be connected one to the other through the remainder of this difficult season. My friends, thank you so much for all of your support through this time. It has been the hardest time in my ministry. I'm pretty sure it's been the hardest time for Drew, for Carrie, for Alice, for all of our staff team. And it has, of course, been a very hard time for you too. But we are coming through, friends. God is good all the time. Jesus is Lord. That is our proclamation with our mouths. That is the declaration of our hearts and of our lives. Let's continue to move forward together in that. God bless you, and I'll see you again on Friday.